Traveler, you've come at a good time.
Wait, this sounds like another
It is as you say. The commission this time around is of high importance.
Huh? What happened?
Not long ago, we received word that a section of the Avidia forest seems to have become...
Contaminated? You mean a new withering?
I don't know about the specifics, but I hear that strange things are happening. The Avidia forest inhabitants won't leave their homes so easily. If we allow this contaminated region to expand, that's why I want to ask you to investigate the situation. Even if all you can...
This is forest business. spin, Tainari? That's...
Shh! Keep your voice down.
Tainari, everything's spinning. Am I going to die? Tell Mom and tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. I didn't tell her because, Tainari, I heard that people turn into birds after they die.
What happened?
Okay, enough nonsense. You just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time.
Really? Then, can you keep the thing about the toy a secret for now?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize. Keeping secrets to yourself won't solve anything.
Oh.
Hey, let me ask you something. I recall that you're usually pretty healthy.
I don't know either. Mom's been telling me not to play in the... It's different from before. I got lost. After I got out, I started feeling dizzy.
Could it be?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Anyway, go rest. No running. Traveler, Paimon.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest, but I only said that to comfort him. His symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disrupt...
What do we do? Mr. Forest Watcher, you have...
If memory serves, a plant called Vasanti grass can help soothe the mind. A small number grow in arid deserts. They usually look like shriveled weeds, but can be revitalized with a splash of water. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidia forest's climate, so I don't have any on hand. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale. Have her prepare medicinal tools and a set of traveling.
All right. Thank you.
Contaminated region. Is that why you two are also here?
Yep. Is it a new withering zone?
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, the only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This nuisance made itself home in the Avidia forest, so
We feel the same way.
All right. Let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. We can also ask about the contaminated region. There's no time to waste. We have to...
Hey, isn't that Nahida? Nahida! Paimon didn't think we'd run into you here. Oh, hey there. It's been a while, hasn't it? What have you two been up to? Seems like you've... How about you? What are you up? I'm just looking out for some leads while getting some fresh air. I noticed that I have some blurry memories after saving Irminsul. I almost feel like there's still something extremely important I need to do. Why is that? Don't worry, we'll help you remember. Thank you so much. Since you're willing to help, it's beautiful! I found it in the sanctuary of Suristana, but it's filled with pure elemental power that is quite similar to mine. It's very likely that it's connected to my foggy memory, but I can't figure out what it is. Traveler, do you have any ideas? You know, Nahida, we just happen to be going on an adventure right now. Thanks, you two. Don't mention it. Besides, it seems you've got a lot on your mind, and we'd like...
Hey, get out! You... I'm sorry, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Fungi don't usually come near this. Last warning! Get out before I kick you out!
Hang on. I think it's trying to tell us something.
But Great Dendro Archon, it's a monster!
Please, don't worry. Seems that it wants us to follow it. You can understand it? Even though different creatures have varying habits and ways of communicating, I can feel its anxiety and fear. It's in dire need. Well, fungi are kinda cute. That's true. Okay. Alright, lead the way. Although they all look about the same, some fungi are friendly, while others are super aggressive and attack anyone they see. It can't be helped. Perhaps in their eyes, humans are like fierce monsters as well. After all, they can't distinguish which human behaviors are hostile or not, and it'd already be too late for them once humans have drawn their weapons. Hence why they tend to strike first, rather than waiting. That's not too different from how humans think sometimes. That's what I meant by shared emotions. It appears it was in a hurry because of this unconscious fungus. Seems like they might be... So maybe this fungus wanted to bring Nahida here to help it... Probably. Although fungi are simple creatures, maybe it noticed me on my way back and thought I'd be able to help. I'll take a look. I should be able to help if it's just a common illness. What is it, Nahida? Strange. This fungus didn't develop from a spore. It's an elemental life form. Huh? An elemental life form? Yes. Although the fungi you normally see are capable of using elemental powers, they're merely borrowing elemental power from nature. As for this fungus, it has elemental power flowing through it. Definitely not anything like your typical fungus. Exactly. This is very... So this is a first even for Nahida. But that's not all. There's a large void within its elemental power. The void is stopping the elemental power from flowing normally, which must be why it fainted. So do you think it'll wake up if we can fill the void? Yes, and I just so happen to be good at this sort of thing. I'll... My power was compatible. Looks like everything is fine.
Lord of Dendro? Is it really the Lord of Dendro? Oh, I can't believe the Lord of Dendro saved me. Thank you, as well.
Ah! It can talk?
Oh, I didn't expect such a strange creature to make a sound like that. Seems I'm just as shocked as you are.
What? Of course Paimon can talk. Paimon isn't a strange creature!
Hello, Paimon. I am not yet able to evaluate an organism's intelligence from its appearance. I will only know you are able to speak once you—
Oh, well, no need to take it seriously. But does Paimon really look so dumb that people might think Paimon doesn't know how to talk?
You misunderstand, Paimon. A mouth is used for eating, breathing, and other functions that are more important than— So a creature may not speak, even if it has a mouth. I've never seen a creature like you before, so I dared not make the assumption. Even if you do possess a number of human traits, it is still very common for creatures to have similar external forms, but completely different in—
Did this fungus study at the academia? It seems even more talkative than— You're not a fungus, are you?
That's correct. This might be surprising to you, and I'm sure that you must have— It might startle my fellow family members if I speak too much using the— Me. It says that it's very thankful for your—
I was confident that I knew of all the creatures in Teyvat, even if there are ones I've never seen with my own eyes. However, even if I were to lay out the traits of all elemental life forms, what are you? And
I come from an ancient race. We have existed for a very long time, possibly longer than any records in existence. My home was filled with flowing water and great mountains. Lush grass covered the land, until the apocalypse came and changed my home forever. A horrifying power consumed all there was. The seeds of catastrophe nested and grew inside of us, twisting and warping us, causing— We were victims of the apocalypse. Yet, in time, we—
the apocalypse? I'm not sure what it means either. It sounds like some kind of old fable.
It's a long and complicated story. It will take me some time to explain it clearly.
Don't worry, we'll listen.
I was lucky and managed to survive. Afterward, I left with some of my family and came to Sumeru to search for a way to rescue my homeland. We came in contact with many species and learned from their cultures and knowledge, hoping to understand the truth behind the apocalypse. We later found out that humans know the power of the—
Your home was destroyed by forbidden knowledge? Does that mean you're from the desert? It said that they are looking for a way to save their homeland, but the catastrophe of the desert should have been—
The Lord of Dendro is correct. We are not from the desert. I would very much like to tell you the location of my homeland. That may sound a little odd, as it is very important to both me and my family.
Yes, how could you forget?
I am a life form that was contaminated by the apocalypse. A part of my knowledge and memory was taken away as the contamination inside of me.
Ah, I get it now. So the void of elemental power was left behind from when— I'm sorry. I hadn't—
That's okay. Lord of Dendro, there is no need to apologize. Without your help, I would have lost more than just my knowledge and memory. And not only did you save me, but you've also already rid the world of the remaining forbidden—
That's right. The forbidden knowledge is no more, and your homeland should be safe now.
My home should be safe now. For the longest time, this moment has only seemed like a dream. I was unable to fulfill our calling. I never found a way to save my homeland.
It's not your fault. You've already done everything you can. Every species paid a grave price in the fight against forbidden knowledge. This is not a responsibility you should carry on your own. You mentioned that there were other survivors besides yourself.
The apocalypse put us through immense pain. Many of my family members have already met their end. I'm not—
Don't worry, I should be able to find them. Just— I'll leave the rainforest to the Aranara. And as for the city, they're— Oh yeah! They'll give us a hint! Give me a moment. I'll contact them right now. That should do it. It may take some time to find them, so let's...
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. We all believe that you will keep your promises. The moment I saw you when I awoke, I had a feeling you were here because of the agreement.
Hmm?
You might not remember, but this is a prophecy that we deeply believe in. That the Lord of Dendro will bring us home.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry. There are also some blurry segments in my memory, but I'm very concerned about your homeland. This is something I should help with. It's really no trouble to me.
Would you all be willing to come with me somewhere as we wait? The more family members that can return home with me.
But didn't you say that you don't know where they are?
Yes, but I know their end.
Excuse me. I'd like to purchase some
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but we've been closed for the past...
Closed? Now that's odd. It's my...
It's a long story. Some of our goods were stolen recently. They were mechanical parts that we got from the academia. Although they're old models, they still fetch a good price. Our caravans had to pool together more to afford those parts. Now that they've been lost, we'll likely come up short this trip. All the merchants talked it over and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory. Until this plan takes effect, none of...
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think of... Raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the consequences...
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. It's just the thief disappeared into the deep... We asked around, and apparently the forest has been very unusual as of late. Anyone who goes in experience... We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out. All we could do is come up with another solution.
So, the bandit hid in the contaminated... How many people were there in total? Were they not affected?
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many...
No people.
Even if I tell you, you might not believe me. Fine.
What the heck? The Avidia Forest has creatures like that?
To be honest, I'd rather not think about it. It moved too... It came out of nowhere. Before we could react, it swiped our goods. We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses, the thief was already...
I see. If we help you retrieve your stolen goods...
Oh, but of course! Not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIPs!
Enough! Tell me something that's actually useful. Any lead?
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we specifically got... If you're interested, you can go and talk to...
All right. We'll go and...
After the goods were stolen, I made multiple inquiries with nearby It turns out that many others have also been robbed by that crooked crab. However, the crab only seems to be interested in machinery. It doesn't even bat an eye at other valuables. A caravan carrying a large amount of Mora had an uneventful trip, but another caravan had a child whose metal toy was taken. Whatever the case, that thing is a scourge. We'll eventually think of a way to get rid of it.
That mechanical crab is fast, strong, and a pain to deal with. Ten of us might not even be able to take that thing head on. Didn't the Academia ban research on mechanical life forms years ago? Where did that thing come from? Our salaries even got slashed because of it. Who would have thought that that robber wasn't a human, but a mechanical crab? This is rough.
I heard from the caravanners that there have been a lot of robberies lately, but we don't normally see the mechanical crab, and it doesn't disturb our daily lives. It only shows up when the caravans are here, and it runs back to the contaminated region after it's done making a mess.
You haven't tried capturing it?
We have, but it's too... However, we did unexpectedly learn something the last time we tried to capture it. It apparently lives in the deepest part of the forest. So, instead of immediately moving its spoils, once its stash grows large enough, it moves everything in one go. You'll have to move fast if you want those goods back.
How are things? Did you make any progress?
We learned of its behaviors, but much still remains unclear. Assuming normal operational status, mechanical constructs generally act according to their given... If I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more valuable things, or the Mora you made. That would... But it only goes after mechanical components.
Right. It's really weird.
So, you all found a way to retrieve our goods?
Do you have any more mechanical parts with you?
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me at all times. Oh, are you?
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habits. Here's what we know so far. It has mechanical composition. It lives in the contaminated region. If we have said components, we can lure it out, capture it, and then... Well, chatting like this won't get us anywhere.
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods back...
We don't need anything in return, but I'll be keeping this bag. We'll also need to borrow a sumpter beast. Our act has to be convincing if we want the crab to fall...
Oh, yeah, no problem at all.
I'll have to decline that offer. Anyway, we'll use the mechanical components and sumpter beast to pose... Once it appears, capture it. I leave...
Don't worry, we're
Looking at the trade routes and the contaminated region's current perimeter, the goods were like...
Then let's get to it. We'll definitely...
Okay. We'll start from here, and have the Sumpter Beast with the... This Sumpter Beast isn't familiar with us yet, so...
The Sumpter Beast went ahead. Let's keep up with it. Huh? Why'd it stop?
Looks like it's loafing around. Or maybe it's hungry. The caravanners grew disheartened after their goods were stolen, so they probably didn't feed their animal.
All right, it's moving again. Did you hear some... Ah! Is that the mechanical crab that can...
It looks strong. Be careful. Cool it. Dodge this. Cool it.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little...
This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze.
Come a little closer.
Cool it. Wind blade.
Come a little closer.
Freeze. Cool it.
You're in for a little shock.
Freeze. Wind blade.
Come a little...
Just try to escape this time. Hey, playing dumb won't save you. Spill it.
It doesn't seem capable of comprehending complex questions. I don't know why you're stealing mechanical parts, but they don't belong to you. Stolen items must be returned to their rightful owners. You came from the depths of the contaminated region, right? How about you help us with something? If you take us there, I'll give you some mechanical parts.
It reacted.
We can't be certain yet. Its excitement may be a simple programmed response.
Okay, so you want the crab to lead us into...
That's right. The contaminated region has a large and currently expanding perimeter. If we charge straight in, we'll get lost like headless pigeons. Also, our new friend here seems to be full of... I've been studying this contaminated region recently, and I have a hypothesis of my own. So to be absolutely safe...
Paimon gets it now.
It doesn't have to, as long as it isn't hostile. I gave it some components that it will definitely take back to the contaminated region, so long as it doesn't attack.
It seems to be really happy.
Listen to me. Wait for us. We'll be back soon. If you're still here when we return, I'll give you another... I'm not sure. But our priorities are to retrieve the mechanical components. We should return. But before we do, we need to set up a few traps.
mechanical parts that were stolen! You really got the... Thank you all so very much. I don't know how I can repay. Don't worry about the price. They're on the house.
2.
No, that won't do. Here, I'll throw in some more.
No need. I've already
Reward? You mean that bag of mechanical parts? They aren't worth much.
But those parts are very useful to me. I retrieved the things you needed, and you gave me what I needed in return. Oh, and before we go, just a reminder. The forest has an intricate and biodiverse ecosystem. Even if there were no mechanical...
Noted. Thank you all ever...
Let's return to the village. The earlier we can give the child medicines...
Traveler and Paimon. Master, I prepared the pharmaceutical equipment. Do you...
No need. A precise dosage is required this time.
Oh.
But once I'm done, you can deliver the medication to the child. He gets a little nervous when I'm around for too long. I'll go prepare the medication.
How is he? Doing any better? I feel like he's doing a lot better. It's wonderful! Oh yeah, he asked me to tell you that Suna came by earlier, and he told her everything about the toy. Suna didn't get mad, so he wanted to thank you.
It's nothing. Did you prepare the traveling gear that I...
Of course I did! Are you going somewhere?
Yes, we're going to the contaminated region. Judging by its size, we will likely have to stay overnight. I'm leaving everything to you while I'm gone.
Huh? But I can't even begin...
Many things are learned by doing. And once they've been done, you'll realize that they weren't as difficult as you once... Deal with problems as you yourself see fit.
That's right! You'll do great, Alright, then I'll do my best. Master, Traveler, Paimon, take care of yourselves.
I'm sure we'll be fine. I think you'll understand why once we arrive. You put too much confidence in me. Anyway, like you said, let's return and find that...
We're here. This should be... Huh? Did it secretly scuttle away?
The traps weren't triggered, so it should still be... You honored our agreement and waited here until we returned. As such, I'll hold up my end and give you another mechanical part. Keep it safe. Glad you're satisfied. If you want more mechanical parts, take us deeper into the I want to see what happened there. What caused the Avidia forest to be...
the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. It's like, really
Do you feel unwell at all? Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance.
How do you know that?
Well, I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation, but I've conducted quite a few control... My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal? This flower species is formerly known as the Sumeru rose, but they're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness indicates a dangerous level of ley line activity. From the looks of things, the ley lines around here are already...
You're saying the contamination here is coming from ley line?
I can't confirm that right now, but I think that is the case. Let's take another look around.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The birds used to chirp really loudly, and
The contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of ley line energy, which is probably the root cause of the patient's cognitive disturbance. Some animals have keen awareness. They sensed something abnormal in this area and fled.
leaky ley line sure can cause a lot of damage, huh?
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions, we also gradually habituate to our surrounding environment. Climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of ley line energies. When people live under fixed conditions, they reach a sort of homeostasis with their environment. This equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly changes, causing people's bodies to react in abnormal ways. If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person cannot adapt.
Then why are we okay?
I'm not sure why you are, but he and I are fine because our elemental capabilities allow us to adapt to this. Of course, it's not a good idea to spend too much time in areas with concentrated ley line energy. The only one who can freely traverse this place is probably the mechanical crab. That's about it for the investigation. Help me find an open space. Environment. No wind. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's this?
A purification device I made. It can absorb excess ley line energy and temporarily stabilize an area.
What a neat thing! Let's set up more and cover...
I wouldn't mind if that would actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination is present, it isn't something that a few The purification devices have their limits. At best, they can only prevent the contaminated region from expanding temporarily. If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination... That's right.
Huh? The mechanical crab...
Something's approaching. So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, the monsters that... Get rid of them quickly. Don't... Dodge this!
You're in for a little...
Let's hurry and keep up! The mechanical crab went that way! Let's keep up!
Help! Help!
Come a little closer. Try not to enjoy this too much.
Oh,
So sorry. Disappear! Windblade! Cool it!
You're in for a little shock.
No one escapes my sights!
Dodge this! Freeze!
You're in for a little...
Windblade! Dodge this!
Go, go!
This moment will be frozen. Yeah. Cool it. Yeah. Freeze. Dodge this. Spare me.
Hey, are you okay?
These injuries are superficial.
Don't worry, we took care of him.
Oh, good. It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? Krabby here isn't a... It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue...
It's faking it. It has to be. Maybe... Do you know what's inside the forest? It's all... I just came here to pick herbs, but I accidentally... I gotta get out of here. Be careful. These mechanical life... no wonder the academia wanted to completely ban the existence of mechanical...
Are you okay?
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. We've purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village. When he gets to the village, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared So, you think you did a good job and...
It's so hard to understand.
Alright. Regardless of what you're thinking, you did some real... That's why I'll give you another mechanical part. Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. What was going through your owner's mind when he made you? I wonder. And also, how do you feel about that person saying that you're...
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand you.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding, only towards matters related. Help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. As for Wyatt, rather, its owner, is collecting so many components. It's getting late. Let's set up camp for the night. Hey! Over here! Come on, you big lummox. Raise your head and look up. Let's set up camp here.
All right. Paimon also thinks it's a good spot.
Oh. Any particular reason?
This place is perfect to put up a big tent. We can also set up a cooking pot and cook tons of delicious...
You're not wrong. But the primary reason for choosing this place is because its higher elevation keeps us away from... Rainforests are very wet. You should always be careful when spending the night in damp places. For the next tasks at hand, let's divide and conquer. I'll set up the tent.
Leave it to Paimon.
I'm not expecting that much. That's right. You can use rushes to start a fire in the wilderness. Their piths are relatively dry and can be readily set aflame. The downside is that they produce a lot of smoke.
Traveler, looking mushrooms. Paimon also saw wild berries on the ground, and Paimon was gonna fly over and pick them up, but the dead leaves on—
Those were probably dead leaf butterflies. They camouflage as dead leaves to evade predators. My guess is that they mistook you for a bird when you flew over, so they fled. Little did they know that you were more scared than they were. Never mind. The tent's up, so you two go rest. I'll forage— Oh, you found some already.
Paimon understands it this time! It wants mechanical parts again!
Sorry, no part this time. That task wasn't important enough. If every little thing resulted in a reward, then it might start to take advantage. I'll note little things like this, and give a that is one.
It looks really sad.
After some further thought, it might come up with some weird I'm off to prepare dinner. We'll take shifts on lookout duty tonight. You two can sleep.
We need lookouts?
Yes. Even though most animals fled because of the ley lines, we can't complete it. Settled then. I'll set up some pest repelling devices, so, have a good night.
Paimon's getting sleepy. It's been a while since we camped outside like this. This is like when we just started adventure.
You're awake earlier than I expected. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried that you two wouldn't be able to sleep, so I used 2 of my homemade incenses. Don't worry. They're made from all natural ingredients. They have a light fragrance and aren't hard. Speaking of which, it was scampering around over there just now, but I don't know where it went, so you can tell. My suspicion is less towards the crab, and a ley line effluence of this magnitude occurred without any warning. Someone probably disrupted the natural flow. Until we fully understand the situation, take extra caution. The academia has banned mechanical lifeform research for years. Topics related to mechanical lifeforms were popular in the Spontamod for a time. They proposed an intriguing idea. Use our knowledge to create a new and practical lifeform. However, no matter which modules or parts are installed, a machine is innately a construct that receives and executes commands. In their pursuit to discover the differences between mechanical and biological lifeforms, zealous researchers performed unregulated vivisections and other absurdly cruel experiments on animals. The irony is that the researchers... I am interested in the topic of mechanical life, but it's just my ancestors and the Veluca Shuna of the desert coexisted together, and so to me, all life is not an expendable commodity, and knowledge should not be wielded like a scepter. These are the points of contention I have with some researchers, and once you start placing yourself above... Really? Coffee? Did you prepare this for us? All right. Seeing that you're working so hard to help out, you're not planning on using it? Many of your own parts are critically degraded, and you're running... All right, suit yourself. Oh, and thanks for the coffee, but the night watch is yours. Stay safe.
Sorry. Paimon slept through the... Really? You're not mad? Don't worry. Paimon will be sure to stay awake.
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. A quick question. Me too. The farther in we go, the closer we get to the source of the ley line effluence. We'll be heading out.
Is there something we...
Extinguish our fire so we don't set the... Also, retrieve the pest-repelling devices from last night.
Got it! Paimon will take care of...
All right, let's... All right, it's about time to head out. As we go further in, we may the effects of the ley lines will also increase. If you're struggling, it would be wise to try to conserve as much energy as possible until we reach the source. As I thought, the closer we get to the contamination source, the more mechanical monsters that appear.
Freeze! Dodge this!
Come a little closer.
Don't get frostbite. Wind blade! Cool it! What's the hurry? Dodge this! Cool it! Freeze! Wind blade!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Cool it!
Come a little closer.
Freeze!
You're in for a little...
Cool it! Wind blade! Dodge this! Cool it!
Come a little closer.
Oh, so sorry.
Let's spark things up a little.
Let it rain!
Dodge this!
You're in for a little...
Freeze!
Come a little closer.
Wind blade! Dodge this!
You're in for a little shock.
This moment will be frozen. Cool it! Freeze!
It stopped here!
Upon closer inspection, The plants here are really leyline energies are also stronger here. This may be the place we've been... Ready yourselves?
There's a ton of mechanical monsters here. They made this place their lair.
Looks like there's no way to sneak by. Let's take care of them quickly. One with the forest. Dodge this. Wind blade. I hear everything. Can't see? One with the forest.
What is this?
Leyline energy is spilling out from here. This device. It's... extract... Who in the world would do this without considering the consequences?
That's terrible! We have to stop it! Paimon doesn't see control...
Standing here is equivalent to being directly showered in leyline energy. Take Paimon and get out of here. I'll see if I can find a way to turn this thing off.
But you're also vulnerable to... We're staying! We can't leave you here, but...
Then let's look for it together. If there's no con...
You know where it is? Hey! Wait for us! What's this? It'll only show up if you step on it?
Be careful and watch your step.
Look! Someone's here! Are you the one that's taking the ley line's energy? Turn off that... Why aren't you saying anything?
His body is cold. It's emaciated, and his eyes are sunken, likely from chronic malnourishment and stress. He collapsed and never got back up. Almost forgot about you. Here.
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. Judging by this room's layout, this place was a laboratory. We should... The file room will definitely give us some clues, so...
Wow! It's huge in here!
This place is very secluded. It's a natural hiding spot. The pipes continue further.
Did you two find...
There are a lot of lab notes, but it would take way too long to read through them all. I found a tape recording used for an
Tape record?
Yes. The Spontamod created a device that visually records experiments and consolidate. However, these devices are expensive to make and aren't entirely stable. That's why they are only...
Come on, let's watch it.
Hold on, let me figure out how to play the tape. Okay,
Karkata? Karkata? Seriously, I look away for 1 second and you're gone? There you are. Look here. This is our new home. I, Atto1, will unleash my talents here and amaze those ancient fossils at the Academia. Oh, you're also quite happy. Karkata, do you know what we're about to do? Yes, I thought not. Listen up, Karkata. I'm going to make a mechanical life form that can be mass-produced. The technology will be unlike anything else that exists. I'll use mechanical organs, and electric currents will course through them like blood. A steel-cast heart that will beat forever, and a brain of myriad components that can think like mine. Inspiration from the ruins, and the research that the Academia had banned. I hope everything can start anew from this place. When you can understand our language and live among us, you will no longer be a boring machine, but a truly living being. It's fine. You will understand. One day, you will understand.
Karkata is the mechanical crap, and that researcher named Atto1?
I remember now. I had a junior researcher named Atto1. He was expelled from the Academia for research.
Junior researcher?
Yeah? What's wrong?
Nothing. Paimon was just wondering, doesn't Atto1 look older?
He is, but academic progression isn't tied to age. I finished my studies a while ago, so subsequent students generally considered me as their senior.
Oh.
Of course, age can be an issue. For a while, people, always dragged me into pictures. I felt like some kind of animal on display. That isn't important. Let's go and...
On it. Let Paimon see.
That's quite the time gap. I wonder...
It's rare that you malfunction because of an operational error. Seems that making coffee is still somewhat difficult for you. Or is there an issue with my set parameters? All right, there you go. Water entered the Keela and caused it to short-circuit, so it couldn't receive signals from the ganglion. Look at me, talking to you like this. You can't understand me anyway, can you? It's fine. I swapped in some new parts, so you should try moving around. Everything in working order? Be more careful next time. We're tight on money right now, so we don't have a lot of parts or power to spare. I'm glad. Karkata, did you know? Yesterday, I dreamed that you could talk. Aren't the bunch at the Academia always saying things like, mechanical intelligence is just an extension of statistics? They were blown away when they saw us talking with you. Too bad it was just a dream. Forget holding a conversation with me. You're so simple that you probably wouldn't even notice if I died. Never mind. I should probably be worrying about next month's power.
After Atto1 left the Academia, everyone lost contact with... I thought he was so despondent that he gave up on researching mechanical life forms. Instead, he had holed up here and continued his...
Paimon doesn't feel like he's a bad person.
Let's keep looking around. Following the serial numbers, the next recording... The writing is sloppy. There's also an undated tape in the wrong spot. It doesn't...
Maybe Karkata helped him with...
It's hard to say. These are the last...
Sorry, Karkata. I was just thinking about something. Today, in my recent experiments, I successfully gave you a living being's... When you're low on power, or if one of your parts is damaged, you will prioritize your survival command and proactively recharge or replace your parts. That is a very dangerous thing. I've officially activated the 3rd generation ley line extractor. The ley lines will serve as our power source from now on. Conducting research on mechanical life forms requires a large amount of power. Even if I scrimped and saved, the more I have, I'm also getting tired, Karkata. I don't know what's driving me to continue with this research anymore. They say that even if it simulates the operation of a living creature's organs, a machine is still an ice-cold tool. I want to prove them wrong. I'm not talking about anything cheerful, Karkata. Modules for language, emotion, and movement. I've been working my absolute hardest to augment and refine your functionalities, but I've never... You are my finest success, but even you can't understand me. All you can do is execute limited response... Karkata, I wish you could speak... Yes, you cannot understand... It is what it is. In a few days, I'll sell the failed ley line extractor for some more and continue my experiments. This is new. If I place another 2 control modules here to... Of course my heart decides to act up now. Why did I cut medication from our expenses? Strange. Oh no, I have to shut down the extract... Shut it off! If we let them recharge and Right. I never input a command to shut down the extractor, so you don't understand. In the end, it's just like the Academia said. Mechanical life forms up. I'm sorry, Karkata. In the end, I still wasn't able...
I see. So, the ley line effluence was an accident. After Abatui's unexpected death, the mechanical monsters were driven by their instincts and continuously drew out...
Paimon understands. Then, why didn't...
Because Karkata is different from the other machine. To Abatui, for a machine to truly be considered a mechanical life form, it must possess features similar to any other living organism. Perhaps only by building such a machine could he have the Academia, but if he had slowed down and saw Karkata as a friend instead of as an experiment. Karkata can't speak, and yet it cares about Abatui far more than...
What does that mean?
You'll see in a bit. But before that, First, let's find the control unit. Yeah. More of this transparent flooring. It feels like a maze. Below us is the final room. The control unit is likely in there.
The way ends here. Wanna try jumping down?
Enshroud! One with the forest.
You're in for a little shock.
Freeze! Keep up. Let's nip that in the bud. Can't see? Dodge this!
You're in for a little shock.
Cool it! Dodge this!
Come a little closer.
Enshroud! I hear everything! Can't see? Windblade! Cool it!
You're in for a little shock.
Don't get frostbite. One with the forest. What's the freeze? Enshroud! I'll uproot you! Keep up. Dodge this! This should be the control unit. Once we turn it off, the leyline extractor should... Without an external force damaging the ley lines, they should... Oh, but I bet you two are more worried...
Karkata has been collecting parts because it thinks doing so will fix its owner?
Karkata is unable to However, it probably remembers when Atto1 replaced its parts when it malfunctioned. And it's true that Karkata isn't able to think or understand many topics.
So that's why it kept stealing mechanical parts. But...
Yes. But the important thing is, who knows how this thought came to be, but it has even suppressed the instincts that Atto1 had installed. If it really is as we've predicted, this research truly will make waves in the academia.
Karkata? Karkata? Can you hear Paimon? Tighnari says you're up.
It reached its limit. It hasn't recharged this entire time, nor has it. It's truly a miracle that it managed to hang on. I'm gonna go confirm that the ley line extractor has shut down. Let them... The ley line extractor has ceased operations. Traces of ley line energy are still in the atmosphere, but the effluence's source has been stopped. The purification... Moving on. Those affected by the ley line, according to the Academia's policies, research materials related to mechanical life forms will all be destroyed.
What the heck?
You two should return first. I'll take care of things here. Although we've stopped the source of the effluence, the ley line energy in the air exceeds normal. Listen, the Traveler hasn't rested very well. Also, it'll take some time to pack up all the research documents. Tell the Adventurers Guild that the incident has been resolved, and, then... Oh, and don't talk about Atto1.
All right. Then... Anyway, so the contaminated
I see. Once the excess ley line energy dissipates from the air, we should be able to make an This is the stipulated reward.
Is Karkata going to be sent? It's already damaged, but... Oh, then how about we find Tighnari tomorrow? Paimon really wants to go right now, but... Alright then, we'll find Tighnari tomorrow.
Keep the lilac daphne, a daphne of the genus Thameliaceae, has a strong anticonvulsant effect. Extrapolating from these two data sets, it would be particularly potent against Piscine.
Carcata?
I thought I told you all to keep your voices low. Plants aren't afraid of noise, but...
You didn't disassemble Carcata?
Why would I do that?
But Paimon thought you said a
So that's why you two barged in like barbarians at this hour. Fine. What I meant was, according to the Academia's policies, all products of research must be destroyed. Anyway, the first thing I did was repair Carcata. During my time at the Academia, I took an elective course at the Spontamon. We then buried Atto1 together. After organizing the research materials, I kept some as a souvenir. I'm not with the Academia, so what do their policies have to do with me? On the other hand, I am the Forest Watcher of the Avidia. All life brought forth in this world has meaning, and Carcata is no exception.
That's good. Wait, you just said life form. You recognize Carcata?
The possibility exists is all. It's hard to explain Carcata's efforts to repair. Atto1 only left behind a small portion of his research. Who knows how many Maybe a conflict between all those commands resulted in this sort of behavior. From a more rigorous perspective, it is impossible to conclude that Carcata is a real life form. But the by the way, I'm not interested in continuing research on this subject. But as things stand now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to make it my research assistant. At the very least, it can... What do you think?